The Bristol Robotics Lab evolved from two communities coming together, recognizing that robotics was going to become a really big aspect and opportunity for the UK's business. It's one of the government's 8 great technologies recognized as a driver for potential growth in the UK economy. And it's something that we in the UK are very, very good at. We have all the basic skills to do it, from control and engineering to computing and mechanical aspects and so on. So the University of Bristol Robotics Group is part of a bigger collaboration, which is the Bristol Robotics Lab, which is joint between the University of Bristol and the University of the West of England. We have so many different people, communities that perhaps traditionally don't often talk to each other or even talk in the same language about the work that they do. For example, we have computer verification experts starting to talk to engineers and control systems designers with the potential to build robots that then we can trust because they're built to be verified.
Are you ready to play with me? I am at the bin. Where should I move to?
Release.
I am releasing. Where should I move to?
There's lots of debate about what is the definition of a robot. My working definition is that it has to be a machine that does something realistic in the world. So it has to be useful and it has to do something physical in the world. So it has to actually move or cause something to move at least. And my other requirement is that it has to do that in a way that I think is clever. And that is deliberately very subjective, but it is the only way I can think of to avoid saying that a toaster is a robot. One of the biggest ways for robots benefiting society is in assisted living for the aging population at home. And that is a massive challenge for humanity because collectively, as we improve our medical care and we all live longer, there are actually fewer people to look after us as we get older. The big challenge is adaptability. And the reason for that is that we want robots to come out of factories and labs and start to be used in the real world. And if you look in a factory where robots are being used, they're very carefully controlled environments. There's good lighting, there's a roof, there's heating, and there are big partitions up to make sure that people can't get into the robots and can't get hurt by the movement of the robots. None of that exists if you come out in the real world. They're going to get rained on, they're going to get cold, they're going to have people running around them unpredictably, they're going to have to do different jobs every day. And so that requires machines that are just much more intelligent and we say adaptable than what we have at the moment. The thing we often cite in robotics is that robots are very good at performing tasks that are dull, dirty, or dangerous. So we call those the 3 Ds. So where we hope that robots could make the biggest impact in the short term is where there are jobs that humans do that are those 3 Ds. Very simple example is working at height. So going up in cherry pickers or climbing ladders or doing rope work simply to go and see if there's any rust on the bottom of a bridge deck. Obviously very dangerous situations. Yes, we manage it by using safety equipment, but it would be desirable and it would reduce the number of accidents every year if we could have those jobs done by robots. In my day-to-day role, I think probably the most exciting thing I do is watch new postgraduate students coming in and getting their first taste of the breadth that robotics has to offer for their research. So we have a Centre for Doctoral Training in Robotics and Autonomous Systems. It's called FARScope, and we take in an enormous breadth of different students into that. So we have computer scientists, engineers, chemists, physicists, psychologists, people from medical backgrounds, and seeing all of these people come together and start to understand a bit more about each other and really get excited about the possibilities of what they can all do together is really one of the highlights.